the reason they chose this candidate. And I was kind of like,
Can you prove that?
not shocking, but it
Is it definitely true?
was true. It was a true story.
Okay.
Because I think on his resume, he mentioned what his parents are doing, something like the company, and then, yeah, they certainly put him in a different position or a different spot, or, you know, definitely a higher level.
So what would you
You know,
say?
if you want to apply for an investments bank, it's like that.
So it's like we've been talking for nearly 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to other Chinese people who are considering, you know, studying abroad and stuff like that?
I mean,
You're talking to them now.
I will say, ask yourself what you're trying to get or what you're trying to learn. If you really want to study, are you really want it that bad, or if you just want to kind of have I mean, look. So before I decided to go study abroad, I took 3 trips to America. Right, all happened in the summer. It was like a summer program. Okay, so two trips, like just tourist trips, and then also 1 summer program at Dartmouth College. And I was the only Chinese student there, living with other 20 American students who were doing the environmental science program. We were taking 2 weeks of classes there, living together. And I was the only Chinese, right? So it was pretty, you know, so we were living together. They took really good care of me, right? Because I was sometimes a little bit homesick. That was the first time I was away from home alone without any Chinese or people to talk to.
Right.
So yeah, and then after the 3 visits, and then actually I decided to go. Right, it was not something I want to do this, so I'm gonna go. No, it's actually gonna take really careful and thoughtful thinking before you take actions or you apply for college, because that will determine your career path or how your life will be in the future, right? Because think about it, it's like if you're applying for a grad program, it's like 2 years of your life, 2 or 3 years of your life. If you're applying for undergrad, it's like 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 or 4 years of your life will be really essential.
Mm-hmm.
I would say become really an important determining factor of your future, right? Because that's going to shape, it's going to, because the things or the knowledge you learn from the other country or from other culture will actually reshape your, what you believe, your beliefs, your values, right? And then would you consider those changes as you really want it, or just want to experience it? That's different things.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, it's like you want to go and explore and then find as many as just trying to explore and find as many things that are positive or beneficial to you, and then you want to make it
to explore as many experiences as possible.
Yes, yeah. Try to get experience that will help you in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like that, kind of like travel experience.
Right. Yeah.
You just want to see what it looks like. Don't go.
Well, this is the difference. It's like
this really is determined that
holiday. This is
if
your life.
If you're really determined that you want to make a change, right? You want to make this 4 years really. I don't know. For me, I would just know that I want to go, because I know this here is not for me. It's for others. It's for other people, but not for me.
Fair enough.
I knew it was not for me since middle school. Right? If you really know what you really want, if you know what type of person you want to be, what life you want to you probably don't know that much, but if you're really sure, or you're half sure about, this here is probably not going to work for me, and then my family has capability to send me out, then maybe consider this. Right? If you don't, then don't bother.
I think that's sound advice. Yeah.
It's
a big move, moving abroad. When I came to China, I was only coming for 6 months. I never came to China with the thought that I am going to go here for 6 months and I'm going to come back. All I was thinking was, I'm just going to go there and I'm just going to, get some teaching experience and see if this is right for me. You know, it's this 6 months in China is a great way for me to just put my feet in the water and just see if I like it or not. You know,
Yeah.
and in the end, that was the thing for me. It's like when I was 14, I always believed that I was going to live abroad. But obviously, until you actually do it, it's only a thought.
That's different.
But once you actually go there, then you get your answer. And in my case, that was the answer. It's like, yeah, I am never, ever going to return to England and live there again. It like you said, it's not for you. It wasn't for me. Where is for me, I still don't know. But I do know that I like to be, like I said earlier, I'm now comfortable when I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think before we end this podcast, I'm just gonna list out a couple factors. People, if you wanted to go study abroad, just there are a couple of things you gotta consider. First of all, like academic, right? What you want to study, and also are your grades qualified to go study abroad, right? If you want to go study abroad, just fucking get a degree and then and it's affordable, then yeah, sure, why not? Right? But then if you just only go to those average or just not that good university for a degree, I don't think that's worth your time. Right? Also, yeah, I mean, but then if you really
go
think you
abroad,
have a good grade,
you've got to go abroad for something.
right. If you think you are studying something like, I would say, really advanced stuff like technology, or something you really think America, for example, or England has like a better chance, or better opportunities, or this actually has the things you need to like develop the skills, then go, and then you have good grades and you can make sure you can pass the school and they can get into a really good universities, then yeah, think about it. The second is really just about money, right? Because it's
is there any
really
financial
expensive.
help?
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, if you're internationals, don't think about financial health as a first place, right? Because universities tend to not accept students or international students who are asking for financial help, because, well, think about this. Like, I mean, it's true because most like universities, like they're accepting international students because you're rich. I think you're rich, so they can get the full tuition out of the line from you. And then, I mean, it is even true that I would say the majority, or the most, like the biggest, not the biggest portion, one of the biggest portions of their income is from international students. Right? I think the U.S. had like $30 billion per year just from the international students.
That doesn't surprise me.
As education income, that sounds right. That sounds about right. I think I read an article about this like a while ago. Yeah. So if you think that's something affordable, I mean, then you have more options, right? You can pick the school that is probably really top tier, and you can still pay the tuitions. But there's also another way, which is you go to those like average level schools, and they might offer you like I don't know, like a scholarship. Yes, because I got like a couple friends. They're not really good students, but they also got a scholarship, and and the universities ranking from like 100, 200. They're really just regular university, but they want like diversity, right? They don't want tuition, they want more diversity because they're more like college. They're more like community colleges, right? That's an option, right? And then the third would just be like the future, right? You thinking about like staying there? You thinking about like exploring opportunities there more or here, right? Just try to wait it out, both options. You're saying I got the same opportunities or same like just probably same career here and there, then why waste another million RMB or that much money?
Right.
Just trying to get the same degree and get the same results.
I think that's sound advice. And I don't think that's just advice for Chinese people considering studying in another country. I think anybody who is considering studying abroad could
Also,
take that
most
advice.
importantly, like due to COVID thing now, think about the whole political environment.
Yeah.
Or how, yeah, that's going to be a really very important determining factor now. It wasn't really important before. It wasn't important, but it wasn't important enough till nowadays. So think about this. Like, think about like, would it be easier or harder for you? Yeah, would it be easier or harder for you to get into those schools? What the political environment is going to affect on you, right? The special tensions between like China and America.
Right on. Well, thank you for 3 hours.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
And we'll talk again because, you know, it's far away, but it will go quick. But soon you'll be in Toronto.
Yeah, I'll be in Toronto in the summer, I guess.
And you'll have, you know, soon the birds will start singing again and spring will come, and that's basically when you'll start preparing to go again.
Yeah, I'm also glad. I'm also like, you know, welcoming like if you have any like friends or guests or audiences who have watched this video and have questions about what want to ask me, just feel free to contact me. I'm really willing to help.
Well,
or anything. Yeah.
In the description below, I'll write your Instagram name so they can find you.
I need more followers. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've only got 2 at the moment.
I'm not sure I'm going to follow back. I need followers, but not following in. So.
Right, exactly. Soon I'll have 3 followers, but unfortunately, that other fellow will probably be my mom.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you have friends or students want to, like, just, like, talk about this kind of stuff, or they're interested in, just feel free to contact me. We're having, like, a Zoom calls, whatever.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's kind of you to say so.
Yeah, you know, I'm a nice guy. I'm also a dickhead. Well, what a perfect match. All right, buddy.